Thank you. I was just increasingly worried as I was getting up here that no one would be able to see me behind the podium nor hear me because of how low down I am. So I suppose whenever I agreed to this, it seemed like a great idea at the time. I think it's easy for me as a professional to not be nervous giving a presentation about my practice or about something that I've been involved with. Actually, to talk about yourself and your own personal experience is a completely different thing, so bear with me. Originally, whenever I joined the network at the beginning of the year, we were asked to do introductions with accompanying slides, and this was really what I sort of thought before being involved in the network, which is what I thought the personal benefits would have been. And that would have been networking to form new working partnerships, ability to share professional knowledge and experience, an opportunity for peer support and advice for the future, beyond being part of the network and within my own area of work, and involvement and opportunities to improve standards of symptom management, particularly constipation relief. And I think that attracted me mostly, as well as all the networking opportunities, very much being a part of anything that would improve patient care or their understanding of how to help self-manage with different problems was particularly close to my heart, because constipation particularly, because within Northern Ireland, definitely we're absolutely obsessed with bowels and constipation, and within palliative care that's overemphasised because it does cause so many problems for our patients with other symptoms. So as I joined the network then, my experience of being part of it was trying to arrange travel, because I don't drive, and sort of travelling to Dublin and staying overnight was a big thing for me without my husband. And people will laugh that know me, because I do a lot of travelling but never on my own. The other I suppose my experience was I wasn't at the first one in January, so I knew that there was only about 3 of us giving presentations that second day to introduce ourselves, and I was quite sort of nervous about that the night before. And then we had an icebreaker, which was great, so that you could get speaking to some of the other members of the team and the network, and I really enjoyed that. I also had a better understanding of Grapevine, and before I joined the network, certainly there was definitely a launch of it that I was aware of, but I don't think I really appreciated the benefits of it until I became part of the network and actively registered with it and got online with it and used it. So I thought that was a definite advantage. And then after that, at the end of the second day, getting into our nursing development teams and getting our initiative. And then meeting those people, and some of them I knew their faces, their names, but then obviously didn't really know them, didn't know anybody other than the people from Northern Ireland, and was quite pleased with the topic of the initiative that I was involved with. Then had experience of communication in between each meeting that we had, so obviously that was teleconferencing, emails, telephone calls. And it was great that you saw that collaborative working continuing even apart from the face-to-face. Then it was taking responsibility for the various aspects of the project and volunteering to do things out of my comfort zone. There definitely were challenges, and I suppose everybody felt similar, as we had some of those ice-breaking things to do this morning. We were talking about the challenges and the benefits this morning, and everyone's was fairly similar, especially people who work in a clinical role. So working on the project alongside a full-time CNS role, it was difficult to manage the time spent, because I have clinical and teaching responsibilities of my own. So a lot of it, and I'm sure everyone was the same, was done out of hours and at home. And I did talk about volunteering to do things out of my comfort zone. I suppose presenting, I am used to doing that within my own area, but maybe not so much doing it to people who are all my peer level or more senior. I did feel it was a challenge, me not driving, because I never was able to volunteer to take on that responsibility or commitment. And then other study or education was also limited to me, I felt, but not that anybody made me feel that way or vocalised it. I felt I held back because I knew I was involved with this. So I would say just from being involved in it just for this phase 2, it definitely increased my confidence in networking and communicating with colleagues that I don't usually work with, both in Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. It gave me an insight into the various aspects of putting together our initiative using a collaborative approach. And it enhanced my skills in team working and presenting to known and unknown audiences. And what I mean by that is, obviously on the first day there was a baptism of fire of getting up and introducing myself and presenting, but then I did the presentation for our group for the Voices for Care, and I suppose I didn't really know anybody's background or the level that probably they were expecting. Definitely it enhanced all of our group's negotiation skills and mine, and especially within our budget management for our initiative, and also listening to even the negotiations that other members of our initiative took on was definitely a positive for me. And then having to have that trust and appreciation of each team member's role and skills was a little bit of a challenge for me as a control freak. So obviously then whenever you're involved with a project of your own and you take it on, I'm one of those people that tend to take it and go through it and correct it, and I'm sure my colleagues appreciate that. We're all very similar in our group. And it was having that trust within the group that those people that you were with were very senior and had that great wealth of experience and knowledge to bring, which definitely enhanced our collaborative working. I have to say, since our initiative is completed, it definitely gave me a great sense of achievement, having an end result and feeling that it will be useful. And I definitely, when it was sent to us during the week, I was just saying to one of my colleagues that I showed it to a couple of people within my team. And it was only then that they realised that I actually was doing work down here and I wasn't on a jolly. And no matter how many times I said we've meetings the evening before and we've like meetings and education and work throughout the day, I don't really think they believed it. I'm very happy that the information that we put together was for patient and carers, because I think that's just was what I hoped to be involved in whenever I joined the network. I really valued the peer support throughout the process because it happened at every meeting where if you presented anything you definitely got that feedback, and it was always very constructive feedback, never critical unnecessarily, and it was great to see us changing things in that direction. Very thought-provoking questionnaires on personality, qualities and leadership skills that I found very challenging filling in initially, but great to see the end result of that and the feedback from it, and it sort of gave me more of an insight into what I am really like, which is a control freak. Increased my knowledge on the various work that the Institute are involved in, and I suppose I always knew it existed and got the usual emails and things through and skied through them, but until I became part of the Nurses Network, I don't think I really had that clear understanding of all the various aspects of it, and I think that can only be a positive to take away from it, because I've already started to share those within my team, and it's definitely improved communication from the Institute, and it inspired me to continue to keep up to date with the Institute regardless of attending these meetings in the future, because there is uncertainty about the continuing meetings like this for the Nurses Network. And I do think it's great to continue on with the grapevine and email and Twitter, which we had a session on the last day. So, and Facebook and email and all those kind of things, because I think it's quite important to keep the relationships going, to improve practice in our own areas from others and not be reinventing the wheel. Thank you.
Thank you.